tonight's meeting to order. If you would please stand as we observe a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
And during the moment of silence, could we please remember the family of Jagger Wing, who was a 5-year-old student who would be an incoming kindergarten student at Oakdale, who passed away unexpectedly, and also the family of Eileen Edwards, who was a longtime employee for Warwick County School Corporation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have no patrons signed up tonight, so we will move on to agenda item 4, consideration of routine business. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. The routine business this evening includes approving the minutes of the school board meeting held on May 26, 2026, and approving the claims and signing the docket. I recommend the board approve the routine items as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. France. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 6.1, second reading of our wireless communication device policy. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Dr. Walter Lambert has brought to the board Wireless Communication Device Policy 5350. The first reading was on May 26, 2026. Tonight is the second reading, at which time the board may take action. So again, just to highlight a few items that are now in the Wireless Communication Device Policy. The school board elects a storage policy under Indiana law. A student may bring a wireless communication device to school, but the device must be stored away, powered off, and inaccessible throughout the school day, except as provided by this policy or law. A student who brings a wireless communication device to school shall, upon arrival and throughout the school day, keep the device stored away, powered off, and inaccessible in a school-approved storage location. A student shall not use, access, activate, display, or retrieve a wireless communication device, during the school day except as expressly permitted by this policy or law. Of course, there are a few exceptions, including medical exceptions. Students with IEPs or 504s may have a need as well, which are determined during those conferences. And just one other thing, not directly related to this, but in terms of communication, we will get communication out to families likely by Wednesday of this week to just include a few things and asking them to have some conversation with their children prior to the start of school so they understand these slight changes that have occurred, which quite frankly is really at the high school level.
Yeah.
Our K through 8, those students, have them stored in their lockers already during the school day. So really the change is at the high school level where now they can use them during lunch. Starting next year, they will be unable to do that, and the expectation is that they are locked in their school lockers. So with all of that, I recommend the board approve policy 5350 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mrs. Wilhelmus, seconded by Mr. Baker, to approve the new wireless communication policy. Is there any discussion?
Quick question, Dr. Redmond, and I'm sure I know the answer to this. Do you anticipate a grace period that we need to allow for some of the kids here? Or do you feel like we're giving enough time for parents to talk to the kids and, day one, it's hard line?
Yeah.
Just
So,
curious.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we'll get the communication out to families yet this week, but in the letter, it will also reference that they will get additional information as we get closer to school from their building levels. And then, of course, we do all of the first day meetings with kids and
Yeah.
talk about the expectations and all of that. So in a perfect world, we would be ready on day one, but typically when we roll out things like this, we take those first couple of days because students come, say, on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're educating them. Here is what we do. Here are our policies, rules, expectations, and then we start toe
Okay.
the line on Monday that
Gotcha.
following week. Is typically the practice really for any change.
Sure.
And
Okay.
you may have said this, but to clarify, this is not a change that we thought was necessary. we're following a change in the law, is that correct?
Yes, I want to back up because I want to be clear. I think everyone's in agreement that the removal of the wireless
Absolutely.
communication devices during the instructional day, which occurred a couple of years ago, that was a huge help to us as a district and to our educators. But within that, because of the way we interpreted it, by not allowing the devices even during the passing periods and only during that lunch period, we felt we had found a great balance of, following the law in the essence of the law, but still giving the high school students a little leeway to use phones during the lunch period. Our teachers were enforcing it, our buildings were enforcing it, so it was working well for us. However, it doesn't sound like that was the case across the state of Indiana, so I think that is why they've come back and added this additional layer.
I foresee a lot of kids going to the principal's or to the office to use the phone.
It's like the old days, Tim.
Old days.
Yeah, just like, I mean, if they got to call their mom to, hey,
Yes.
practice time got changed or
Yes.
whatever,
So there are
I
some.
think it's ridiculous what they've done.
So, Tim, in the letter, I do make a note to parents, please start talking with your students now. Please remember if you need to, get a message to your child or they need to speak with you, we can use the school phone, get messages, put the school number in your cell
The
phone,
old-fashioned.
all of those things. And then, this isn't in the letter, but I've already talked with our building principals about the coaches and how coaches can use their approved remind apps and things like that.
Yeah.
Parents they're gonna have to start using that to get that communication to parents rather than relying on kids texting home during the day. So, we'll be ready. Okay,
All the discussion I had.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We now move on to 6.2, consider approving an affiliation agreement.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Dr. Gresham has brought to the board for consideration and approval an affiliation agreement between the Warwick County School Corporation and the Purdue University College of Education. The agreement outlines the terms and conditions governing the placement of university students serving as teacher candidate practicum students within the corporation. Our school attorney, Mr. Cliff Whitehead, and his team has reviewed and approved the agreement. I recommend the board approve the affiliation agreement as presented.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Baker, seconded by Mr. Eigner to approve the agreement. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We now move on to 6.3, consider approving the maintenance department salary classifications. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Mr. Todd Armstrong has brought to the board a salary recommendation for the maintenance department for consideration and approval. Pending approval, the recommendation will be effective on July 4th, 2026. I recommend the board approve the recommendation as presented.
I would make a motion to approve that proposal.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mrs. Wilhelmus. Is there any discussion? Why a July 4th date? That's a federal holiday.
It's the Saturday before the beginning of a new payroll.
Pay period.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
That way, if somebody gets called out on Saturday on the 4th of July, they'll also receive the range rate of their new salary.
Okay. Thank you.
It wasn't intentional.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We now move on to 6.4, consider approval of donations.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Tecumseh High School, $500 donation from Warwick County Farm Bureau to the Tecumseh FFA to be used for convention costs. At Castle Elementary, a $1,250 donation from Newburgh Youth Basketball to be used to purchase wall padding for the gym. At Newburgh Elementary, a $500 donation from Newburgh Youth Basketball to be used to purchase new uniforms for the NES sports teams. And at Yankeetown Elementary, a $10,000 donation from Donna Schaus to be used to purchase stage curtains. I recommend the board approve the donations as presented.
Motion to approve donations.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Friend, seconded by Mr. Baker. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 7, consideration of personnel recommendation.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. The Human Resource Office has the following business to bring before the board tonight. Agenda item 7.1, consideration of employment, certified staff, Whitney Wagler, English teacher at Boonville High School, Seth Skelton, English teacher at Boonville High School, Camille Spencer, fifth grade teacher at John H. Castle Elementary School, Laura Staffeld, third grade teacher at Logue Elementary School, and Lindsay Opel, special education teacher at Tecumseh High School, and the following non-certified staff: Hallie Mockleby, Harvey Krantz, and Robert Rudolph, program assistants at Boonville High School, Seneca Stolt, Lindsay Daly, Amanda Caudill, program assistants at Castle North Middle School, Brady Deitch, program assistant at Castle South Middle School, Aaron Gear, an ABS program assistant at John H. Castle Elementary School, and Iris Sohar Marmore, program assistant at John H. Castle Elementary School, Whitney Skinner, a program assistant at Logue Elementary School, Danielle Skelton, an ABS program assistant at Logue Elementary School, Whitney Woolsey and Mallory Smith, program assistants at Yankeetown Elementary School, Janessa Evans, program assistant at WEC, Abby Maravich, health aide at Boonville High School and Boonville Middle School, Hannah Hale, program assistant at Boonville Middle School, Rhonda Sander, bus driver, Christopher Floyd, full-time custodian at Oakdale Elementary School, Stephanie Lacer, full-time custodian at John H. Castle Elementary School, Dorothy Morris, full-time custodian at Boonville Middle School, Tiffany Christensen, program assistant at Oakdale Elementary School, Amy Roselle, program assistant at Oakdale Elementary School, Keisha Cronin, ABS program assistant at Chandler Elementary School, and Administrator Kara Hartz, principal at Newburgh Elementary School. And if you could excuse me for a moment, I'm going to back up. Abby Maravich is a part-time health aide at Boonville High School and Boonville Middle School. So edit that, please. Thank you.
I'll make the motion to approve the employment positions for certified staff, non-certified staff, and the administrator.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Eidner, seconded by Mr. Mosby. Is there any discussion?
Just for the record, I don't believe I know Whitney Skinner.
Oh.
I've learned that Skinner is a more common name than I realized because
Yeah.
we've had a few Skinners come through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Agenda item 7.2, leaves. Shannon Sodsgill, full-time custodian at Castle High School, Danny Forston, Class C maintenance, Sydney Byers, special education teacher at Castle South Middle School, and Steve Ruckman, program assistant at Castle North Middle School.
Motion to approve leaves?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Skinner, seconded by Mr. Friends. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Agenda item 7.3, report of transfers. Amanda Litney, program assistant at Castle South Middle School to program assistant at WEC. Ashley Hartz, teacher at Tennyson Elementary to kindergarten teacher at Newburgh Elementary. Cheyenne Boosie, fifth grade teacher at Sharon Elementary to first grade teacher at Elberfeld Elementary. And 7.4 resignations. Tina Gary, part-time custodian at Newburgh Elementary School, resignation effective January 4th, 2026. Cassie Curl, fourth grade teacher at John H. Castle Elementary School, resignation effective May 21st, 2026. Ryan McKinney, varsity baseball coach at Boonville High School, resignation effective May 28th, 2026. And Morgan Scales, program assistant at Logue Elementary School, resignation effective May 21st, 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Gresham. Next on the agenda, we have any reports, Dr. Redmond?
We have 2 reports tonight, and I'll just have Dr. Gresham stay right there. He can start for us.
Thank you. The Personnel, Food, and Nutrition and Custodial Committee met earlier this evening. 2 big agenda items tonight were, one was just an HR update, where I gave kind of a state of the HR in the last 6 months. Some of the big projects that we'd accomplished, such as some admin regulations that we revised and the teacher handbook. And then I explained the process for the support staff handbook. I try to cover one handbook every other year and just do the updates that are needed. So I pulled out the support staff handbook that I'd been keeping track of for the last year and a half with all the tabs and Post-it notes and all the possible changes that we might need to have. And then I spoke about the communication I have with the managers regarding the support staff handbook so that we have a thorough process for updating that every other year. And then the second agenda item was talking about the required employee training. On July 1st every year, we do the new required videos, the Safe Schools videos that all employees are required to do. And then we have a certain set of videos that all new employees are required to do. And so new employees have 30 days to complete the required training. And then from July 1st through September, we give returning employees 90 days to complete those required trainings. We just had some discussion about the required trainings, which ones were required, when they're required, and everything along those lines.
Fun. Thank you.
How long is the training on that?
It depends on the video. So, for instance, bloodborne pathogens is a 28-minute video the first time, but then once you do that, you're allowed to do a 2-minute refresher every year. I've got this list right here. Internal controls is a 27-minute video. Email messaging and safety is a 14-minute video, so it just depends. Suicide prevention is a 2-hour. That's a big one, obviously, needs to be for something that serious is a 2-hour training.
Does everybody do CPR?
CPR is required when you renew your teaching license,
Okay.
and that particular course cannot be just an online-only course. You must do part of it in person. So it either can be a
Yeah.
full class in person, or you can do part online, and then you have to go into a facility to demonstrate on the mannequins.
Gotcha. Have you taken CPR?
I can teach CPR.
How many rescue breaths do you do?
Well, you start with 2, and then you do compressions, and you go back and do 2 more.
How many compressions?
You don't actually have to do rescue breaths anymore. I
don't
don't
have
know
to
if
do rescue
All right,
breaths
guys, it's
anymore.
pretty
You don't have to do
serious,
rescue
okay?
breaths anymore.
I'm not in the
You
best
used to.
shape. I want to know who I need to hang out with, okay?
You can count on me.
All right, I'll take 30 if
Hey,
you don't mind.
I
I'll
just-
go 30 and 2, okay?
Yeah, I just renewed, so I've got you, Jordan, I've got
You gotta sell them.
We also have the
AEDs.
Right.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah, before I go down, I'm gonna call you, Doug.
Okay, our second report tonight is from Mr. Armstrong.
My report is construction, maintenance, technology, et cetera. We've got a lot of projects going on. I'm just going to kind of review through them. Our pre-K building that's being constructed is still on schedule. It's the former WEC building. We do have some flooring issues that are going on, but we're working through the problems there so as not to delay the project. So some adhesion to the gym floor is the issue. We've got the Castle High School and Tecumseh High School, and I'll say restrooms and HVAC renovation going on. We've got, you're gonna see a theme here in just a minute. We got some issues going on with that. The floor at Castle High School in the restrooms had a 3.5-inch subfloor, which, if you picture that, it was a type of like flowable fill concrete, if you will. The tile itself would not break loose from that floor, so we had to break up the 3.5 inches, which means you have to pour 3.5 inches back in. And that's on the main floor restrooms. On the second floor restrooms, the tile floor is actually adhered to the 6-inch concrete ceiling, and so you can't break it off. So we're looking at coming up with and Jordan might have some familiarity with a luxury epoxy that's gonna really look nice, I think. So we're looking at some solutions. Otherwise, that project, just breaking up the floors, et cetera, will take us till September. So we're trying to work through the problems that are going on with that one. Oakdale, we're doing restrooms there. Problems. As they tore out some of the walls and things, they identified the drains were completely corroded, so they're going into the floor. They're identifying. We've been running cameras through the lines, through the rest of them to identify how much of the wall we need to take out, et cetera. So to increase the speed of that, we'll probably come back with metal stud walls back in there to speed up that. The turf at Tecumseh High School is not underway, but it's expected to go out to bid in the next few weeks. So again, I said Tecumseh High School softball field.
Yes.
So we would expect that next year's season, when they hit the field in March, the turf will be in place. We've got roof projects at Castle High School. It's already underway. Substantial completion is August 1st, so we're on schedule for that. The roof project at Boonville High School, start date is not until mid to late August, early September, so We'll see if they can get to that on time, but it's gonna happen during the school year. We've got HVAC projects going on at all of the Boonville schools, basically, except Oakdale. So Boonville, Boonville Middle, and Logue Elementary. Problems with shipping of equipment. We do have some ship dates that are mid-July. We've got some ship dates that are early August, some ship dates that are in September. So we're developing plans to install what we can, get the work done that we can, maintain cooling of the buildings in August when school starts back. We've got, I'll stop on those things. We've got the Willow Pond property. The notice will be advertised this Thursday in the paper. We have a $475,000 starting price for the 20 acres. It will be an electronic online bidding. After talking to our auctioneer, we talked through the pros and cons. We also will have a station set up here. So the bids are open on July 14th. They'll close on July 21st at 6 p.m., but from 4 to 6 p.m., we'll have a station here at Central Services for if somebody doesn't have that kind of access or they don't know how to bid online. Our auctioneer will be here with some people to give them the opportunity to bid that way. Technology, we have, our E-rate dollars came through for this year. We have about $860,000 worth of replacements of servers, access points, things of that nature. A lot of the equipment that we have is approaching end of life or end of service in some cases. So we're using all of our E-rate money for replacement of that equipment. We have, I met last week with all the principals to discuss CPF projects for next year. We also talked through the things that we're still trying to get done this year and where we are, and reprioritized a few things that they wanted done this year. But we began building our plans for next year for the budget. Transportation, there was no recommendation in the packet this week, but in a couple of weeks we'll have the recommendation for that coming through. There's some things we're trying to work through, detail related to the different types of drivers we have in the positions, the multi-purpose and how that affects it. So I had to delay that until we could get a couple of answers. We are in the process of buying a dump truck, a newer dump truck, and meeting with our maintenance departments and things that have come to light that we feel like we could save a lot of money and enhance the speed at which the work gets done. We're gonna probably do some training in simple asphalt installation, if you will. Street departments and things like that, they can go pick up a couple ton of hot patch asphalt and fill in holes in parking lots and things. For us, it's always, we've got to take it out to quote, we've got to wait a few weeks, we've got to wait for the people to get the bids to us, and then we're paying somebody a lot of money, maybe in October or November, to do something we needed done in August. If you watch the road work that's being done, paving crews really don't want to spend a lot of time or effort on projects that give them $8,000. So we're gonna probably add that to some of the work we do in the maintenance garage. Let's see here. I think that's it. Any questions?
The asphalt training, do they do that PCC?
It's funny, during our conversation, we thought, why isn't that something we're teaching people to do? There's some really, paving equipment. If you ever watched a paving crew, you got the roller guy whose job is really to sit and wait until his time is to work. But, running that piece of equipment is a skilled job. So obviously the paver itself, it is something we kind of talked about just a little bit, like there's something else that somewhere down the road some people could learn some skills on. You're right.
Very good.
The Willow Pond Did you say that that's going to be all electronic online bidding, or will there be a setup here? How, would you explain
Okay,
that
so
again?
on July 14th, we'll open for bid. And so anybody, anywhere that can identify themselves as a qualified bidder can put in bids. And so, just like eBay or anything else, you go online, you bid. On July 21st, the final night of the bids, we'll open a station here for 2 hours. That way, if there is somebody within reasonably close distance, I would assume, that is unable to make a bid online from their home, or they just feel uncomfortable doing it, they can come here and the auctioneer has somebody set up to help them place their bid.
So how does that end up? Like at the very end of the auction, there will be people calling in and,
I
There'll
thought he
be-
said 4 to 6.
Yeah, at 6 o'clock, bids will stop.
Well, if there's a bid, say someone bids right at 6 o'clock, normally those internet auctions.
They'll give them a little bit of
It
time.
goes on another 5 minutes, 3 minutes.
3 minutes,
5
I think he
because
said.
there may be 4 people trying to
Exactly,
to
yeah.
get in there
It could
and
last till
bid.
10 o'clock that night.
Okay, I just want to make sure that was
Yeah.
clear.
That would be really neat.
Yeah.
That means that
hope
number's
so.
going up
great.
every
I
day,
do too.
every one of those bids, that's
I
all
do
right.
too.
with
More
me.
bids, the higher the price.
Yeah.
But yeah, historically, that's the way they work.
Okay, and we're getting a new dump truck, is that what you said?
Yes.
For maintenance. So will we trade the old one in?
And the old truck is, no, we'll use it for probably some snow removal, and the new one would be used for snow removal, but it'll also be used for all of our grounds maintenance. That was just, as we were talking through some of the purposes for the truck, what else could we do? We kind of tried to talk through what work can be done at maintenance, things we can make more efficient. That was just one example.
Okay. That's all I have.
You mentioned the E-rate, the 825,000, was that close to what your budget was, what you're hoping, or is there any kind of gap that you have to fill?
We have to fill the 260,000.
But that was planned, that's always a
Yes.
percentage, right?
Yeah,
Like
we
a 10
actually
or
budgeted
15%?
325, but we didn't get as much E-rate money, so consequently, our 30% is 30% of a smaller number, so.
Yeah,
And then there's certain things in the work that we're having done that aren't covered up with E-rate, and so we'll pay 100% of that cost. So it's really like, there's like $30,000 of 100% cost of some things we have to pay for.
yeah, okay.
Um,
So that's in line with what you planned?
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay, gotcha.
And that old dump truck could be used at WPCC
Well,
for training, not for
For
the whole
training.
time.
yeah, it's interesting. Right now, we don't have an extra dump truck, and it's been running on its last leg for a couple of years, so we'll see. I don't know if I don't know if it can be refurbished or not.
Well, maybe they can learn to do that too.
Maybe a mechanic, maybe we start auto mechanics.
There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but we can keep working on those.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have a few announcements. Just a reminder to everybody who might be watching, Shanae Rouse sent out all of the information for our summer meals. And if for some reason someone didn't get that email, you can find all of that information on our Ward County website. Shows all the locations, the dates, the times, the pickups, and how to enroll for that. Also, just wanted to give a shout out to a lot of different students. I hope I don't forget anybody, and I'm not going to call people by names, but just by schools. So we had a great week last week with several different teams competing in various athletics. We had Boonville High School and Castle High School boys golf teams make it out of sectionals last week, which was pretty cool. We also had our state finalists in track in field, athletes from both Boonville High School and Castle High School. And we had Castle High School softball competing at semi-state this past weekend. Unfortunately, they did not win, but Tecumseh High School also competed softball at semi-state, and they will be making their 5th straight appearance at the state finals this weekend at Purdue on Saturday evening. That starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central at Purdue University. It's worth the drive. So good luck to all of those teams, and congratulations to all these athletes who competed in all of these different events already and represented Ward County School Corporation very, very well.
Thank you.
And I would like to give a shout out in addition to that, Miss Kelly, our senior here.
Eva.
She did make the podium. She placed 8th in the state
Wow.
Yeah,
in the 100-meter dash, so
that's David
Yeah,
Kelly.
it was fun watching her. It was hot.
Our next policy meeting will be July 13th, prior to the school board meeting, and it will be held here in this building. And we do not have a student growth and learning meeting in June, and we will let you know at the next board meeting, the July date.
And our construction committee has a meeting tomorrow morning at 7:30 at the administration building. Then our personnel committee will be meeting on July 21st at 6:15 in this building.
A reminder, we have the retreat on June, sorry,
This Thursday.
week?
this
Yes.
Thursday.
Yep, this Thursday. Arrive around 1:45 and we'll start sharp 2 o'clock.
June 22nd, we'll still have a work session, right?
Yes.
5:30, followed by the board meeting at 7. And then we'll have an executive session at 7:30 or immediately following the board meeting, whichever is earlier, to complete the superintendent evaluation. And I apologize, I ran out of the house, forgot to pick up my notes, but we've got 2 fantastic, exciting keynote speakers for the fall conference in Indy this week. And I'll try to remember to bring the names at the next meeting. But we've got a lot of work going on to get the conference set up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be in the Sagamore Ballroom instead of that big room 500.
Okay.
So we'll be moving a lot throughout the building, but some great sponsors, some good speakers going, and we're still taking proposal for breakout sessions. And that early registration starts in July.
I need to correct myself, I made a mistake. Personnel committee meets July 13th at 6:15, right here in this building.
Okay. Anything else for the good of the board? All right, you guys are gone. Adjourn.